We are at Grand River Brewery with Chad Sprangel, the pizza guy at GRB, in front of the wood-fired pizza. And Chad, it's not just pizza maker, it's a wood-fired pizza maker, and
Right.
that takes even more skill and knowledge.
Yes.
How did you learn how to be a wood-fired pizza maker?
Well, a couple years after I graduated high school here in Jackson at Western, I moved out to the West Coast. I was mostly out in Portland, but my first wood-fired job was at a place called Serious Pie in Seattle, Washington. And I got a knack for it right away, and so I kind of just stuck with it, and here we are 12 years later.
Awesome. Now, you don't look like a guy that eats a lot of pizza.
Oh,
But this is one of my favorite things on the menu at Grand River Brewery. And man, it's hot. What's the temperature of the oven?
Well, it's ramping up right now for service, so it's going to feel really hot. It'll level out a little bit in like about 30 minutes, but it's probably about 750 in there to 800. And that's just the floor temperature. Every 6 inches you go up, you add another 100 degrees. So hypothetically, if you took an aluminum pan and you held it at the top of the oven for long enough, it would start melting. It's that hot in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's see what it takes to put a pizza together in the oven and then on the table here at GRB.
Typically, I'm using 9.5-ounce doughs to make our 12-inch pizzas. I made some dough special for you guys today that's a little bit bigger, so it's easier to handle, and we can do some cool tosses in the air.
All right.
So I'm really careful when I pick up the dough. I say pick it up like a kitten. Flour both sides. And then we start the shaping process. Bart, I'm gonna shape one, and then you try to do what I do. How about that?
All right. Well, I'm a fast learner.
All right. Jump right in when you want. So I start out by hand shaping what I call a bumper on the edge. It kind of helps set the structure for the entire pizza. I do a little bit of stretching here. And if you want to get your dough in the air, this is kind of the point where you do it. And you might get a little flour on you.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's called the slap technique. So just getting it started to stretch out. So that could contract down to make like a 16-inch pizza.
All right. Well, I was kind of paying attention. And I'm glad to hear that you used the word bumper for this part of the pizza, because that's what I've always called it.
Yeah.
One of my problems is getting the pizza round. But just starting with a ball, that's probably the most important part.
It does help, yeah.
All right, how's that look so far?
Looks great.
All right. And then is this what you were doing? This isn't what you were doing, was it?
That's one
No,
way to
I
do
know
it.
what you do.
You can like gravity
like
do the work,
this.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, my pizza gets like a hole in the middle, and I think maybe this is why. Is this right? This doesn't look right.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
See, I got the hole.
It's all right. You know, that place I worked in Seattle, they don't let you touch the oven until you've been there for 2 months building pizzas.
Really?
And you have to work on the oven before you get to go and make dough.
That's a lot.
I'm always gonna check and make sure that my temperature is within the range that I can use, right?
Okay.
If not, then I gotta make some adjustments to the fire. And it's nice and hot in there right now, so we're good to go.
754. Man, that goes way back. I didn't realize that oven is that deep.
So I make the marinara fresh here, in-house.
What all's in the marinara?
So I've got confit garlic, which is just garlic that's slowly cooked in oil. And then take that oil and I use that for some of the other preparation that we do here. There's also a lot of basil, helps make it a little bit sweet. Salt and oregano. And then really good tomatoes. It's important to have good tomatoes. These are actually imported tomatoes from Italy. So my stewed Romas.
Roma, San Marzano.
San Marzanos. So you'll see I'm doing this a little bit different. This is going to be for the margarita. Just a technique and a style that I picked up in Portland from it's a famous food cart called Pyro Pizza. So I got that garlic oil. The reason I do the margarita this way is you're gonna have less ingredients on it, so very simple pizza, very traditional. But by doing it this way, you get these pops of flavor, and it helps make it give it a more interesting texture. Because some of the spots where you don't have sauce are gonna crisp up a little bit more. So it's just kind of one of those ways to elevate the pizza into something more than just your traditional pizza.
This is shredded mozzarella.
Right, we use a 3-cheese blend that's mozzarella, provolone, and Munster. That's one thing that Justin's really particular about. He loves having that cheese, a little bit of Munster in it. So this is the fresh mozzarella.
And it's fresh. There's not an aging process with mozzarella, is there?
Not with this mozzarella, no. This is straight from the curd, straight from the cow. Give it a little shake, make sure it's not sticking.
Just to loosen the dough from the peel.
Yeah.
And that's way in the back.
When I train new cooks to do this a lot, their first instinct when they put it in the oven is to launch it in there, and it just piles up on itself. So,
I've had that happen to me.
yeah, you gotta shimmy it off. So you can see how very quickly, it's only been in there about 30
Wow.
seconds. Pizza's already starting to give me some color, some bubbling up on the edge, which is really good. We want to see that. So it's really a process of learning over time. You know, you do this enough, figure out, okay, now I should turn it, right?
And it's just to get it closer to the actual flame. I mean, you're getting it, as you spin it, you can see it's getting darker on the flame side.
Yep. So it's a matter of timing. It's like what I'm doing right now. I see this is baking really fast in the back, so I'm actually gonna move it to a different spot in the oven. Because it's gonna pick up heat on the bottom from that spot. I'm gonna give structure to the bottom of the pizza. So you have to kind of balance out how much is cooking on top and how much is baking on the bottom. So I'm just checking on that margarita. It's getting close. Stick it right back on that spot. I'm gonna do the same thing with this pepperoni, is move it to a new spot so I can get a little bit more structure on the bottom, because it's almost done. You can see every order that we have in the restaurant, and it's part of my job and challenge of it, is if I'm in the back, you know, helping out there, and then I see a pizza, I have to read the screen and be like, okay, well, we've got 7 things we need to make before that pizza. There's a steak on the ticket, so I know, like, I don't need to go and start that for probably another 10 minutes. So it's kind of understanding that, and then, yeah, it's a lot of me ping-ponging back and forth.
Well, you seem to do a good job, because when I've had a pizza and there's other people with sandwiches, everything seems to come really close at the same time.
We do our best. It's not always perfect, but we try.
This is it. This is all you need. Pepperoni pizza and a margarita pizza. But, you know, I suppose there's other flavors and other tastes that people have, but there's something for everybody.
Yes.
What's your personal favorite?
I personally love the margarita, but I also think that the other pizzas we offer are absolutely delicious. We have an Italian sausage pizza, and we have a mushroom pizza called Shroomer. That comes with arugula on it and some truffle oil. Yeah, absolutely delicious.
So you got some specials going right now in the
Yes.
pizza department.
Yes, we have Thursday night. If you get a pizza and a beer, you get $3 off your pint. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, do it 4 for $40. It's 4 pizzas. You can choose whatever ones you want. And a 4-pack of beer for $40. So it's a great deal.
Awesome, easy to remember. 4 pizzas, 4-pack of beer, $40. All right, well, I'm standing closest to the pepperoni one, so I'll try that first. Now, this is kind of how you eat the pizza in New York, right? With a little bit of a fold.
Yeah. Is it too hot?
No,
Just right? Good.
just right. Chad, I'm really impressed. I thought I knew how to make a pizza, but obviously I don't. It's going to be years before I can make a pizza like you. Incredible amount of training and really experience just doing it over and over and over again.
Yep, it is a craft, and I do think it makes a better product. And so for anyone who hasn't had wood-fired pizza before, please come down, try it out, see the difference.
And there is a difference. wood fire pizza's been here for a while. It went away, came back, went away. But this is the best. The best it's ever been. And it doesn't get any better than this.
Thank you, I appreciate that.